No, there was no video, and we don't get to look at the testimony. Although you can see some of his earlier testimony in the E. Jean Carroll case, and it's some monstrous behavior. It's not it's not like fun light stuff. It's like, oh, that's let me put it in a way that the Oompa Loompas fans will understand. Oompa Loompa tippity tapist. It looks like Donald Trump is a
Yikes.
It'll be a different team.
Never traveled.
He said that in the interview. He said it'll be a different team.
Jake.
Hello.
Sorry.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. How are you?
It's good to see you, fellas. It's good to hang out with a wider group too. Hello.
Hello.
You're suited up. Were you doing some work earlier? You're shooting video?
Yeah, my job requires that I dress like a strawberry milkshake once a week. So just fulfilling my obligations.
Does your milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?
It does.
No, just slimes.
I had to.
From time to time it does, and I'm like, it's better than yours. Damn right.
I'm right.
Better than yours.
I could teach you, but I'd have to charge.
Never charge. Always free.
Never charge.
Limes are like mimes.
Yeah, I was dancing on stream earlier. Just in the intro, I was in danger of looking cool, and then I opened my mouth and this came out. Reset expectations real quick.
I can't believe you can grow a mustache so fast.
Yeah, well, I sneezed, so.
Fantastic. So where did the mouth come from?
Your guess is as good as mine, my friend.
Sorry. I know. I apologize. I'm anonymous.
Trash talking, Josh. We like it.
I apologize. I'm stopping.
No, oh, we like this, Josh. We like it when you have stuff to say, Josh. You're fun.
I just watch too much comedy.
So I apologize.
An actual knee slap, like an actual knee slap.
Something that just came across my feed here that I'm kind of like, well, that's bizarre. Budweiser factories, I would call it a brewery, but whatever, maybe factory, are being targeted with bomb threats, including one in Van Nuys after days of anti-trans campaigns.
Right. So you don't really love beer now, because why are you doing that to it? No, I mean, we could say that about Bud, too. You don't really love beer. Why are you doing that to it? But we're talking about the people.
Yeah. Like, this is just, what the hell is wrong with people? I don't like that you've provided representation for somebody that I've never met before and has no effect on my life whatsoever. So I'm going to blow up your brewery for your shitty beer. Like, what? I'm
sorry.
Like a couple of stops on the line before you get there. Where you ding ding.
So we crossed the line between Twitter and actual violent terroristic attacks. Not the first time either.
Yeah, about 40% of my country has just gone crazy. I apologize. We're working on it.
Well, and we're trying to do
that high. You think 40%? You think that high?
What?
Yeah,
I think about 40% pays so little attention that they allow this stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
1/3 kills the other third while the third watches.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh well, hey, the good news is even Don Jr., the ex-president's kid, who is a complete psychopath, even he isn't on this hate Budweiser train.
Oh, really?
So
cocaine addict.
So that we can get another video like
Cocaine
this.
there.
There's no train running harder than that cocaine.
Why are we even talking about Budweiser?
shit.
All right, everybody knows there's way better stuff. Get some pure Colombian. What? Yeah.
What? I thought you had a good mustache. On Junior. Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he's going gray a little early, eh?
I went to CVS looking for.
Oh God.
And,
you don't even need to go to the pharmacy to see what he has. Oh.
Honest to God, I think he's so on the edge because he's just a little bit smarter than his father, which means he's yeah. So I think he realizes
instead of Adderall, just cocaine.
No, well, sure. First of all, sure, and second, like I think he's like, live it up. Well, we're here because we broke the law pretty bad.
Listen, guys. There's no cameras, no mics, no recording. Yeah, Dad did it, so everybody.
We just both break the law.
That's why all the kids were crying when they flew off on the last day.
Yeah.
All the kids were crying. Not because
poor daddy.
We only have 3 years
it's
left.
Over.
3 years left to do Adderall before we get it.
Hey Jared, what's our citizenship like over in Israel? Can we scoot, or is that like I think they're having those conversations.
I've no doubt whatsoever.
I'm just like,
except Ivanka said, "Nope, I'm out."
Yeah. Oh yeah,
fuck you guys.
I'm just waiting.
She's smarter than Don Jr.
Yeah.
She's about 6 months smarter.
And then you see Eric at the UFC in the background, and he's like,
Scaramucci smarter.
Yeah.
One Scaramucci, two Scaramucci, three. I'm out of here.
The most Scaramucci's ever.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't believe.
Isn't it the worst that that when you're a child and you wish your mother would pull a Scaramucci on you?
The Scaramucci.
Yeah, 10 days, just pull you out. I'm a father. Sorry.
Eddie Murphy, I knew you ain't Scaramucci nothing. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's a whirlpool bath, sir. I think you'll like it.
You get a better Scaramucci the fuck out.
Get back here. You have half a Scaramucci left of time. You ain't done yet. Poor guy. But yeah, I think you're right though. It's like he's just like marginally a little more intelligent, and it's almost like it's like, oh crap, I'm marginally more intelligent, and I have to play dumber than Dad because there's only room for one star in the sky, and I'm gonna get written out of the will if I show I'm smarter.
Oh yeah,
another bump.
But also, he's got his fingers crossed that will becomes relevant in like 6 months because otherwise,
Yep.
Oh God.
Bet on that golf game.
I can't knock him. He's got an okay golf game. He apparently cheats, but even aside from that, for a 70-something-year-old man, pretty good golf game.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen.
How's his tennis game? We've all seen
the diaper gets in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like so much legal trouble. There's more cases, bigger cases going on. Indictments almost for sure are going to have. How do the kids not get pulled into this?
Yeah, Crispy, help me out here. What do you think? How are the kids not yet just like in prison? Why is Ivanka not on a chain gang? I imagine like.
I'm too cute for this.
Yes.
Oopsies.
She has.
But Daddy said I French kiss the best.
She's white and she can pretend to be dumb.
Okay, fair enough. I forgot about her being white. Yeah, no, that tracks.
Blonde white woman in distress. You've seen white chicks.
Oh yeah.
She's white.
Allegedly.
Well, if you ask the right people, she's white.
What are you talking about? Allegedly. Trump's mom
that makes no sense.
Was a Scottish lady, and his dad was in the KKK.
Yeah.
That's as white as you get.
I thought that was a different race.
The KKK, monster, I guess, sure. But I mean, they're white monsters.
That's like that super white paint that they just invented to reflect the light.
No, it's a paper white. It's so paper white.
That's fair. Yeah.
Well, didn't his grandfather own a saloon in Whitehorse at one point in time? Or no, do you own a brothel or a saloon? I can't remember.
I hope it's a brothel.
I'm gonna guess brothel.
Please tell me it's a brothel.
That's funnier. So that's probably what it was.
That would be on brand.
No black horses were allowed.
Oh God.
Okay, I love Saucy Josh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
This is why my corporation will never know who I am.
Yeah, because and you know why, right? It's not because of necessarily what you say. It's just because if they associate your name with what you say, it's like, oh yeah, we know what he's thinking.
You get me too far, I'll tell you exactly what I work for, but it's not happening tonight.
It's like we know why he's smiling to himself. We know what he's up to.
I got it here from the CBC. Here, I'll throw it up on the screen. Check it out. You guys will love this. Donald's grandfather ran a brothel during the war. Yeah, from the Canadian press.
So when he was with Stormy, he was recuperating his investment?
Wow.
Is that the same grandfather guy that got kicked out of the German army for desertion or something?
Yes. Yeah, that's the guy. The same one.
So
he's like a Simpsons character.
It's like it's like this. So wait a minute. So him like trying to get, they had a brothel before, and now he's like some kind of like weird dictator, white supremacist reparations type thing. Like what the hell? That is just weird.
I mean, there's a rule with Trump, whereas if it's funnier, and by the way, we're going to get to where I think his ex-wife is buried. If it's funnier, it's what happened. You can accurately predict the future by being like, what's the funniest, most evil thing this person could do? Like rob children? Then he did it. You'll find it. It's true.
Yeah.
I promise you, they buried his ex-wife on one of his golf courses. I promise you, they're hiding evidence in her car.
I am
100%.
I'm convinced that a lot of those.
But that was for a tax break.
Archives is looking for are right there with her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the letters from Tim are right there with her.
It would be yes. It would be funnier to be a tax break and also evidence is there.
One day that like I have pictures of him like at 3:00 in the morning, like sitting by the hole like this, like with a cheeseburger and a taco bowl and a couple of Diet Cokes, like this, just reading the letters by the light, like this, and then stuffing it back in the coffin.
I'm gonna go farther. It would be funnier if they made Eric dig the grave. So that is probably what we're gonna find out happened.
It'd be funnier if he made Trump dig the hole so he can finally get an actual hole-in-one.
Oh,
going after that golf game.
Just roll him right in.
Sorry.
Roll Trump right into the hole.
Did he make Tiffany and Eric dig the grave? Those are his two.
Yeah. You know what the thing is? Right? Tiffany's the lucky one, right? Number one, and Eric doesn't know he's the lucky one because Dad doesn't care about him. It's like this is Eric. I know you're trying hard, but this is actually a good thing.
Well, and the rumor is Baron Trump. His father is not Donald Trump. It's Slovenian basketball player. Because Baron Trump is like 6'9", and he's only like 15 or 16 years old. And he looks strikingly like this Slovenian basketball player that Melania knew.
Oh,
that's
my
the rumor.
God.
That's the rumor.
What's done?
And I was like, I thought that somebody was making it up. And they're like, well, no, that he's a 7-foot basketball player. And when you put Baron's face beside his, it's like, oh, there's a striking resemblance. They Baron a striking resemblance.
No, okay. Donald, I do. That is absolutely your son. Yes, more sparkly.
He inherited the looks from his mother, and he's going to inherit the money from his father. Yeah,
father.
If it follows, man. If it's funnier, and that is definitely funnier, I bet we're going to find out it's true. Like the day after Donald Trump goes, they're going to be like, by the way,
you know what? I'm hearing Kanye in my head right now. 18 years. 18 years, and on the 18th birthday, found out he 8 years. I say she a gold digger.
So
She
fitting.
with no broke.
So fitting that it ends with Kanye.
How do these people like?
Melania,
How do they
there's
do
a
this?
story here. Melania Trump's son Barron's height sparks paternity speculations, and it's a Russian basketball player, actually, not Slovenian. And
Of
they have
course.
pictures.
That is somehow funnier. I don't know
And it's
why, but it is.
probably Putin's secret son that we never know he had. Like, oh, wait a minute, he has a daughter?
There's not a Russian
So-
over 6 feet.
God, I hope he becomes a communist. Oh God, I hope so.
So in
Rebel against
2021,
your
he was
family,
so
become
fun.
a communist. Make Bernie Sanders your best friend. Drive Dad crazy. You want to get your will? You want to get your share of the Baron. If you're listening, you want to get your share of the will quickly? Become best friends with Bernie Sanders. Dad's ticker won't be able to take it. You'll be rich within 3 years.
It'll actually
Trust me.
explode. His chest will actually explode. It'll
Hey,
be
you seen Alien?
goddamn hilarious. Yeah.
It'd be like all the
A little-
triple
a
burger
little
American cheese, just like just flowing slowly,
mini-
right? It's thick.
I could see Alien, a little mini Roy Cohn coming up.
That's the aliens.
I can end you.
So what's the American psyche? Is it in a state of shock now? A state of like who knows? A state of forgetfulness? A state of hope?
It's amazing. We're not there yet, believe it or not. We're not at like the realization that this is all real yet. The right wingers are just like, well, get ready to get laughed out of court, and the left wingers are all like, it's like it's happening, baby, it's happening, which is awesome. But everybody is expecting to see very different things, and I don't think this is gonna go like OJ. I think this is gonna go exactly how you think it's gonna go.
Oh, yes.
And at the other side of it, I'm betting, I'm rolling the dice big time on this. I'm betting that because it's so damn interesting, even the right wingers are going to watch this one.
Yeah.
So they're going to see what happens.
I'm hoping that he's vain enough that he'll want to take the stand. I know he probably won't, because apparently, and this is one comment I made about him, because everybody thinks that he's like a complete, oh yeah.
Oh
boy. Luka Doncic.
That's one of the guesses. He was 6'6" when he was 13.
That's
years
way
old.
closer than the Trudeau Castro one.
Yeah.
Way closer.
Wow.
Because I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be, but on the right is Vladimir Putin, and on the left is Barron Trump, I guess, because they're not both Putin, are they?
Well, you know, I always wondered if Melania was the one that was put by his side to make sure that he stayed in line.
Well, that's the other rumor that he's actually
it's-
Putin's kid, but Putin's like 5'6" or 5'5", so I'd rule that out.
Isn't he 5 foot? Isn't he 5'4"? I thought he's really.
Yeah, he
really
might be
short.
5'4". Yeah, he's not a tall man at all.
When you see anything with Putin and in line, you go, in line!
And look here.
Stop laughing. It's not right.
That's a
You can't
big
do
kid.
that. Stop.
It's a very big kid.
That's also what Ricky
Yes.
Gervais does.
He is huge.
He's
Do you
huge.
think, honest to God, do you think Donald Trump knows? Do you think he's like, wait a minute? Wait a minute.
Do you
Honestly,
think we know
like-
it? Do you
But,
think
I mean,
he knows
it's like-
anything?
Like in
He
one
knows
way,
nothing.
No, that
What's-
Barron Trump isn't his kid.
but here's the thing, right?
I mean, I've just assumed he's not at this point.
In one way, I assume he would know, but I mean, how, like, given how much he cares about his children, really, how would we know if he knew really?
Can
I
I
was like, who are
bring
you
up the
again?
one story? Can I bring up the one story that he covered up?
Sure.
Yeah.
He paid his door person to cover up a story, and nobody talks about it anymore.
Apparently, that one particularly was debunked, which is why
it's been debunked. Yeah. That's why it's been dropped.
But it's all part of the whole David.
But
Pickering.
why would he pay money for it?
Well, he tried to screw
$33,000. Why would you pay money if it was not real? Like,
because
you're
giving him way too much credit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he thought it was real.
Could be.
That's true.
I'm sure he thought it was real.
See, that's what I agree with.
Yeah,
completely.
Yeah.
The only way
he's like, yeah, probably.
It's impossible to underestimate Trump. It's possible to get wrong a prediction about him, but only because you've overestimated his decency.
Yeah. I can see that actually, like, because if he's actually heard it and he's actually convinced that it's true, and if the whole point is catch and kill, whether it's true or not, you don't want the story true or not to be pairing. So you just pay $33,000 is a small price to pay,
sure,
especially if the guy actually does legitimately believe it, because then he'll go out and tell everyone, and he will sound convincing like it's true because he actually does. So it's like, you know what, you got to shut that down.
Yeah,
Trump might have believed it. Like, Trump might have been like, David, I got into it bad with this one, David. Like, he genuinely might have believed that was his illegitimate kid. It turns out it wasn't, but
only because he's like put his like paintbrush in so many damn wells that he can't remember whether or not that one is, because it's certainly not.
He's been snorting Adderall for 30 years, banging just anything.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's a KFC.
We better be
sure.
Well, he defecates constantly. Like he literally wears a diaper because he shits himself all the time. And how do I know this? Well, one of the guys that was on, he was a producer, I believe, on The Apprentice. And he said they had to shut production down all the time because he would shit his pants and he had to go get cleaned up. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, I'm not making this up. And then there's other people that came and backed up that story. So I'm like, well, with the amount of Adderall he snorts, that would make sense. He loses control of his bowels. He shits himself all the time.
This is the second time I've heard this story.
All right, well, let me just connect it to something we were saying earlier.
Not even by you, by the way.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, it seems accurate.
Eager Beaver was saying he can't wait for Trump to testify. Do you know he actually did testify
today?
Yeah,
he did.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
he was being okay, because I've heard, like, one of the things we say about Trump is that he's sloppy and erratic, but I've noticed that he has a really, really good. He's able to be very, very disciplined when he doesn't want to talk about something at all. And it seems that his reputation is that in the courtroom itself is about the only time he actually listens to his lawyers, actually. So the people were saying that the odds were that he would not testify, but people were wondering if these cases were such that he's just so vain that he just absolutely needs that moment. And if he does, I mean, the guy can't breathe without lying. So it's like, okay, you know what? You're acquitted on all the other charges, but now we got 1,026 perjury charges.
Yeah. That is exactly what it looks like may have just happened. He was in a civil trial, and you can't plead the fifth, or rather, if you plead the fifth in a civil trial, you can be taken against you.
Yes.
So he chose, the greedy son of a bitch, chose not to plead the fifth. But now this ties into what Alvin Bragg is investigating. So now we have at least 6, probably 7 hours of testimony. This guy had to keep his story straight for 7 hours. Donald Trump.
No.
with someone on the bench going,
he walked right into it.
Defendant is ordered to answer the question. Those must be words he really does not like. The defendant is ordered to answer the question. So I'd be sort of like, okay, Mr. Trump, question 1, ask the question after 3 seconds, Your Honor. So, tell us about these tax receipts. Well, in 1920, when I went to Sicily, it was like, Your Honor. Please tell us, when you had this discussion with Mr. Weisselberg, did you decide that Cohen would pay the check or that Alan would write it first and then Cohen would reimburse. Oh, that FBI investigation. So unfair. So unfair. Yeah, you want it?
So unfair. Well, he plays his accordion. He's always got a squeeze box going.
Damn. And I bet you, of course, there's no video, right?
I don't know if there was or not. If was there any video of the testimony? I don't know.
There was not. I thought I'd have push to talk on. I didn't. I had push to leave randomly on. No, there was no video, and we don't get to look at the testimony. Although you can see some of his earlier testimony in the E. Jean Carroll case, and it's some monstrous behavior. It's not. It's not like fun light stuff. It's like, oh, that's let me put it in a way that the Oompa Loompas fans will understand. Oompa Loompa tippity tapist. It looks like Donald Trump is you get it.
Yeah. Yikes. Wow.
20 Beaver points. That was brilliant.
I just got one
it's
from,
some ugly stuff.
From our friend
I'm so glad
Barney Panofsky's Best Intentions. Here's one from Barney Panofsky's Best Intentions. My name's not Gordy. His tweets are he's a brilliant comedy writer. Andrew Shear, if I was allowed to turn on the welder machine, I would weld this part right here. Canada. It's his letters from Premiere that are the best, though. It's always the same picture of Doug Ford writing on a notepad in front of a laptop. And it's like Premiere, and the spelling is atrocious. I'll see if I can find a couple of them because they're hilarious.
Gold.
All you have to do is look up his name and look up Premiere.
M-A-I-R.
P-R-E-M-A-I-R. Yeah.
I thought he said he's going to be the future president of Canada.
Yeah.
Probably. That's what that sounds.
See, I love it. Here's a classic one. Dear my friends, this week I officially announced I might be moving Ontario Science Centre to Ontario Place. This would allow us to build millions of new homes on the old Science Centre site. I will probably also move High Park and Algonquin Park to Ontario Place too. Premier. It just kills me.
I mean, he's awesome, man. But I mean, he interferes. He's interfering with Toronto, of course, so much.
Oh yeah.
And now that the mayor's office has been vacated due to scandal, there is going to be a special election. A lot of candidates so far, and I think a good chunk of them would totally do everything he wants to the city.
Whatever microphone you have, it's perfect Doug Ford voice, though. You could impersonate him perfectly. It's great.
It's
just go Ontario Place. We don't need it anymore. I wished we still had John Tory, and if that didn't happen,
John Tory thinking. What was John Tory thinking? He clearly wasn't.
Right?
With what was John Tory thinking? I think it was
his best buds. Best buds.
I kind of hope Chris Guy becomes the new mayor, just because I live far away and I can watch the hilarity from here.
You're my
why? Because your province is being.
I'll be trapped here forever. I won't survive.
I want to wish
send money, please help.
From me and my family, Tim Hortons.
Stop paying on other provinces because you're
celebrate the Easter Bunny being born again, and also the invention of chocolate. I hope everybody in Ontario and Ottawa has great Easters.
Oh, he didn't say every bunny in Ontario?
No. Everybody.
Yeah. Would have been better. I agree.
Is it everybody at least? Instead of everybody?
Everybody. B-U-D.
It was everybody?
Everybody, B-U-D-D-Y, not bunny, buddy. Everybody.
I love it. Words of my life. It's so much
not
fun.
everybody, but everybody.
That is a golden account. Well, good find.
Oh yeah. Here, this one. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Hello, Is this Kijiji? Yes. I want to place an ad on your website. Have a pen? Okay. Here's my ad. For sale. Ontario Place. Terrific views of the lake. We'll build parking for 2,000 cars. Looking for a buyer wanting to build something cheesy. We'll take lowest offer. Got all that? He's got his Tim Hortons mug. Oh, this is priceless. Oh my God. I gotta blow this one up. This is priceless.
And he was reelected.
I know.
Twice.
This is priceless.
See, that's what got me reelected.
And when Curious George and the man in the yellow hat went to fill up their Jeep with gas, it cost them $300 more, all because of the carbon tax, Mr. Speaker. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my name's not Gordy. At my name's not Gordy on Twitter. He's one of the funniest people on the app, without doubt. He's just a brilliant writer.
It's so depressing. The right wing shtick is the same all around the world. It's like
Yes.
The same. I miss Twitter. I had to leave it.
They try it in one spot. If it works, then it just gets replicated everywhere else. They just download it from Central Brain. They call themselves free thinkers, and then they just go with it. It's crazy. Oh man,
I have no idea what you're talking about from a country that's currently hosting Bolsonaro.
Right.
Is he back?
Everywhere.
So.
Okay, because I heard he was there and then he went back to Brazil, so I didn't know if he came back to the States already.
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I can only drink so much. And there's no way I could get Bolsonaro updates without getting just blackout drunk.
Bolsonaro, yes, he is there.
He went back, right? He went back there.
He's in the U.S. He's in Florida.
Still? I thought I read that he was going to go back.
He did go back to Brazil for a bit.
Yeah.
He went
but he went back to Florida.
But it's the
probably
same thing.
A smart idea.
Look, it's all these different countries. It's all the same speakers. They're going to invite Orban to speak at CPAC. They're going to go over to Hungary to hold one. They're going to, get Bolsonaro. They're going to, and, I heard today some commentary that, what Trump did with January 6th was really bad because it told the rest of the world that, hey, it's okay if the U.S., you can do a coup too. And it may have contributed to the problems in Myanmar right now. And I don't know. I'm not so sure about that because this is just standard old autocrat playbook. Mm-hmm. This is how you do it. This is how you undermine the systems. This is how you gain power. This is how you tweak the media. And
I think both are true. I think I think it is the autocrat playbook, and I think the U.S. joining in on that little game didn't help things. But I don't think there's any coincidence that Stephen Miller and Stephen Bannon, also were working with Bolsonaro. These are not only is it the same playbook, in many places it's the same people.
It's the same people. You got even before that, you got Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign manager, but also helped Yanukovych out in guess where? Ukraine, because he was a pro-Russian dictator leader that they had to throw out. In order to, with that constant struggle towards, getting out from Putin's influence, having a democracy, all that good stuff. It's all part of that battle. It goes back a long time.
Yeah. Honest to God, as rough as the internet has been for a lot of things, this is a reason I'm happy that the internet is here and people communicate this easily. Because a lot of folks can now see this and recognize these patterns. And I think as a society, as a species, we're starting to wake up a bit and say, we've been behaving like filthy animals, haven't we? Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yep. Agree. Yep.
I got one from a friend of ours we haven't seen in a while. I'm just going to post this. I'll scroll a bit so you can see. I work in the office 4 days a week. Here's why it's I'm the most focused and productive. And from our good friend Sam G, because there's someone around to help you turn a Word doc into a PDF for the 20th time. So Sam's been gone for a little while. She kind of went underground. Oh, hang on, I'm going to do there. Back in February, and I sent her a note. And I said, "Hey, you okay? I haven't seen you in a while. Is everything all right?" I didn't. And then she popped up last week, and I'll show you the tweet she put on. I'm sorry, I give you a second to compose myself. She came back last Friday. What was last Friday? Good Friday. So she came back last Friday. And she says, I was going to wait to come back on somebody, but apparently some other guy already stole that bit. So I'm glad to see Sam's back. I'll reach out and find out how she's doing, because she like literally disappeared in the middle of February. All her podcasts, everything were gone. I was like, "Is she okay?" I didn't know.
Dang.
I got something for you.
Okay.
Because we were talking about the beer.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to give an update on Uncle Randy. As you know, he had a Bud Light over the weekend and woke up gay. We've been monitoring him, showing him Guns and Ammo magazines, and trying to bring him back. Things aren't looking too good though. I stopped by yesterday actually, and he had taken out all of his Lions Not Sheep stickers from his truck. And then I stopped by today, and the truck wasn't even there. There was a Subaru in the driveway, and I went in and I said, "Randy, whose Subaru is this out in the driveway? Is it yours?" And he said, "Yas, bitch." And he threw a handful of glitter in the air and did a backflip out of the window. So he's actually missing now. We're trying to find him. So if anyone has seen Uncle Randy, please let me know.
Yes, bitch.
It's like, did you see the one of the guy who had the bottle of Bud Light? And he was saying that, I don't know what everybody's talking about and why they think you might magically turn gay if you continue to drink Bud. And he turns and he deep throats the entire bottle. Like the whole neck of the bottle's gone.
Okay, Linda's got a new hashtag.
Gay suddenly.
Gay suddenly.
Excellent.
That was good. That's it. We should start just putting out a bunch of tweets. My Uncle Randy, gay suddenly. He drank a Bud Light, woke up gay.
We just got to do like before. We need to base it off pictures of people drinking anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do like the before and then looking how like a regular picture, then after, and then just one that happens to be at whatever is a fantastic angle,
Yeah.
Dude gay. He done right.
Hey, girl, hey. If after
That's
drinking
okay.
this you're
It's
not
okay.
gay, you didn't drink it right.
What would be dude perfect if they're suddenly like try to appeal specifically to gay culture? I don't know how that translates.
It doesn't matter.
Like off the backboard, way down the thing, and then I got a crush on that fella. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh, the quarter, yes. Off the backboard, down the stairs, and right into his G-string.
Who cares, right?
I thought it would do a double backflip and land on a unicorn.
Listen, enjoy.
Ooh, you punched at the right time. Lovely, very well done.
Exact same editing. Absolutely. I would pay $1 million for that.
You're welcome.
What was it? It was that that reminds me. I talk about the quarter of the G-string. It was on Will and Grace. I think Jack goes up to Karen, then takes his card like this, and she puts it in. It's got declined, approved.
There you go.
Of all
Tap, swipe, insert.
Now enter your PIN.
It's a chip now. Yeah, it is.
Worst part is if it would decline.
I swear this never happens.
I just paid
Never.
There's nothing on this card. How can it be declined?
Why? Exactly. Swipe it again. Swipe it again.
Potential cashier has to be like, look, I can keep swiping this, but I think we both know.
If you swipe it more than 3 times, you're playing with it.
Yes.
Insufficient funds, my ass.
Just close your eyes and think about Wall Street.
Douglas.
Did not see that coming. That was a good one.
Well done, Chris. Well done.
I'm getting wet. I'm laughing so
Breathe,
much.
Douglas, breathe.
My cheeks hurt. I'm laughing so hard.
Y'all are a hoot.
Here's an interesting one. This fella on Albertan Coogsta was just chatting with a fellow at the pub who says he votes conservative but can't this election because the UCP aren't conservatives. Who are they? Fascist. There's hope, Alberta. And yes, I bought him a pint and cheesies.
I love cheese.
Hot and cheesies are the best, man.
Yes. Oh, that was good for the heart.
Oh, yeah.
You had me going, I'll tell you. I was real worried in the first part there.
They had us in the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Canada because it felt like we hit a point when we had this leader O'Toole who was conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe played a little bit of footsie for 5 minutes with the Canada First stuff, which I remember a little bit, but ultimately left the party. They basically drove him out because he wasn't crazy enough, and he wrote a letter of like, I just can't do it anymore. This isn't me. This isn't what I stand for. And now we've got Skippy the Wonder Pigeon running, not in the leadership yet, although he's obviously gunning for it. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of scares me. That really, we just might be 5 years behind you guys in Canada here. And I don't know.
That's what our mission is to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the interview tonight.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I think these gentlemen are going to be successful. Number one, their very presence on the internet. The fact that a show like this exists, like Eager Beaver, True North Eager Beaver podcast exists, means there's an interest in learning about this stuff from that perspective. That alone could do it. But I also think that your assessment is dead on. I would say in terms of the arc of this thing, you are about 5 years down, just delayed. But the great news is those scumbags that you're dealing with now are going to be able to see what that looks like in 5 years. And it looks like bracelets and prison cells. Because even Donald Trump, who bragged that he could shoot someone and get away with it and wasn't proven wrong up until this point, even he, it looks like, ain't getting away with it. So that will be quite a chilling thing for these folks to be seeing.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. Because I just like it. Every time I just hear that comment, it says, "I can't believe this is happening in America." Well, yeah, you're
why not?
You're white, so that's why this never happens. Well, yeah, it doesn't happen to you people in America.
That's right.
But everybody in your circle kept on telling you, please stop doing that. You're giving the rest of us a bad name and ruining the party for the rest of us, but you kept on doing it. So now everybody's going to be waving bye-bye to you on your way down because you were a total bitch on the way up. And you just couldn't keep your mouth shut. You're blowing too many people's secrets. So now it is happening. And now, at least finally, in the United States, people can actually say that no man actually is above the law and that you actually can charge a president.
That is
finally.
Hell yes. That is
The
such a
precedent
true thing.
has been set. So all future presidents, watch out, because now you can't say it's never been done. It has. Boom.
And if we got any young cats in the chat, you might not be aware of how much you have to do to get in trouble in America as a white man in particular, but as a president.
Yeah.
For example, we went to war for 2 decades on a lie that our president told, knowing it was a lie. And he had a guy named Colin Powell lie for him to Congress. And, just you can measure the dead by the stadiums. And he was on Ellen dancing.
Yeah.
Yep. And still some people are mad because one man got a blowjob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kept on hearing a stand-up comic saying, it was like, you're president of the United States. It's the most stressful job of the world. That job should come with blowjobs.
Well, wasn't he on the phone at 3 a.m. with another senator? And that's when the event occurred. And I think it was Bill Maher who said, the man is on the phone with a senator at 3 a.m. He just looked out and said, you get in here, take care of this.
I mean, look, if the man's working for the nation, I'm going to do my part. Yes, I'm going to assume it's important. But to be fair, point of contention, it's only a stressful job if you care about doing well. Donald Trump didn't age a day.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true, right?
He didn't care.
You see all the before and after pictures of the presidents for the first day of office, last day of office. It's like,
Trump got younger.
Did you get work done? You look younger and fresher. Hey. You've been sleeping your nights.
Christ.
It's like it was a 4-year crime spree.
Yeah.
4-year unfettered, at that point unfettered, crime spree.
Well,
that shit with Kushner in the Saudis and that building deal and the blockade and that's all stuff you can look up. But
held several countries hostage, like Qatar.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Just out of the blue, things changed overnight in Qatar. I was like, "What the hell did you get? Why did you pull the rug out from under us?" Well, you didn't give us enough money.
I got beef. I've never been able to do this in my whole life. I've been waiting to do this since high school, and this is wildly unfair because it's an idea I had in high school. Why didn't you guys stop us? We've been doing this crime spree for a long time. I was like. I assume the Mounties are coming. Why is this just being allowed to happen?
I assumed it must be okay.
It's not. It's not.
Chips watching the show.
You thought the Mounties were going to come, eh?
Christian's got those hooks, man. She gets
Interesting.
Damn it.
We love Christy. She doesn't say much, but when she does, oh boy.
Zinger.
I mean, there were comments. I'm pulling back. I'm trying to behave. There were a lot of comments that wanted to come out when we were talking about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, but
Oh no, feel free to let rip. It's Casual Friday. You have say what you want.
well, no, I've always wanted to ask her, like, did she always swallow and then one day realize that she would never be able to prove it if she didn't get the stain on her dress and didn't swallow that time?
Whoa. Oh, right.
Ooh.
I mean, look. No shade
Now I
on,
want to know. I never thought of that.
no shade on what was once a 21-year-old intern.
Yes.
I 100% would have made that call. I'd be like, my pals will never believe this. Whoops. History. Yeah, that's a great. That's the calculation. Yeah, for sure.
What?
Nobody will ever
for
believe it.
Well, yeah.
I saw her on Last Week Tonight with Jon Stewart. You can find it. He does it. So he talks about how horribly bullied she was. She was the first person to be cyberbullied, if you will.
Right.
And how Jay Leno, who I never thought was a funny comedian, then I realized he's a really mean person. And he picked on her incessantly. Anyway, Jon Last Week Tonight with
Oliver.
John Oliver.
Okay, yes.
John Oliver.
I was gonna say I had a roll up.
Yeah. Anyway, he does this whole bit, and he talks about how horribly bullied she was. Then he sits down and has a face-to-face with her. Okay, not only is she incredibly charming and charismatic, she's really funny. And I follow her on Twitter, and she says, I'm the subject of 2,184 rap songs. And here's the thing. That's true. It's true.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she makes purses now.
Oh,
She's living her life.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if you can check it out, find it. It's on
Anyone
YouTube.
in that position would have done it.
Pardon?
But
what'd you say?
Any girl.
Said I would have done it. Any girl in that position would have done it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For 100%.
The president of the United States is giving you undivided attention, and the most valuable thing a president has is time. And he's giving it to you.
Well,
if you auction that dress, that might not be true. You auction that dress. If you auction that dress, that might not be true.
Yes, that's true. He might have left her a more valuable gift.
Completely. That I 100% just would have made the same calculation. That's a brilliant business move.
Would I have
voice? I just killed that with my horrible voice crack.
That's a lot of math, though, right? That's a lot of math. Like,
I thought you said meth.
Math.
Yeah,
no. Well, that was the misunderstanding in that job interview. They said that you had to be good at math, and I thought it was really good. You have to be good. Yeah, so didn't work out.
How are you folks doing with the meth, by the way? You guys have a real bad meth problem there, or is
the kids are terrible with math. They're falling behind.
Yeah, there are some issues with it. Yeah, definitely in larger urban areas. I don't know if it's as much of an issue in rural areas in this country.
We have it the opposite.
Is it, Christy? Is it bad?
Oh yeah, in Alberta it is. Yeah.
I don't know if it is here in Ontario. Honestly, what the situation is in some of the rural communities, but I see it not as frequently as I did pre-pandemic. I think that just, I don't know, it probably dried up the supply or whatever the case may be. So maybe people got clean. I don't know, but I just haven't seen as much of it in the city as I once did. And I live right downtown, right? So if I'm going to see it, it's in my face. So I haven't seen it in a long time. Now, that being said, I've seen them smoking crack in the market in the middle of the day.
Right. Same here.
Yeah. And I'm like, is that? Yeah, that's right out, not hiding it, like right out in plain sight. Tourists walking by, no big deal.
Yep.
So this guy's like, they're like, look, I don't need meth. I got crack money now.
Yeah, I got crack money.
Baby, I'm living.
Never moving on up.
Living large.
Hello, cream of wheat.
I'm not doing Kirkland brand oatmeal anymore. No, it's. I did great during the pandemic. I sell masks. I don't know.
Linda, I'm with
horrible people.
Haven't you heard? We live over a meth lab.
We're working on it. No, we don't. We don't.
You know what? Does it really look like that? Like for Canadians who followed politics, and we saw some of the moves that Harper played near the end of his prime ministership, and we also saw Rob Ford, mayor of Toronto, do what he did. Yeah. We kind of had a little bit of preparation. We saw a little bit of that kind of behavior here just before the craziness in the States.
And we got a little bit. There were certain things about Harper that were beta test for Trump.
Oh yeah,
it was sort of like very Canadian style, but a little bit beta test. Harper believed in the incrementalism, so he really wanted to do like the frogs in a boiling pot of water. Eventually, we wouldn't notice, we wouldn't recognize Canada. But in the States, it's almost like they realize this is the last shot, and they're trying to run the end game now.
I'm going to bring the mood way down. If you've ever read a fella named Tom Hartman, he does this Hidden History series, and he talks about neoliberalism. And the real creepy thing is, after a country gets about 40 years of neoliberalism under its belt, which is where both of us are, you start to get fascism. Yep. And This was in the air.
Yeah.
Yep.
But fortunately, information does tend to kill fascism. And so good on you, fellas.
Oh,
And
okay.
I apologize for grubbing up your podcast.
No.
Please.
Oh.
No.
This is a breath of fresh air, really, because
it's great.
we see the motion, we see the forward motion that you're talking about, and we've got a real. We're rooting for you guys.
Thank you. We
Yes.
need it.
I think you're right. I think it's going to happen. You look more convinced of it than I maybe felt at the beginning before we met. But I'm thinking about there's like 4 cases now, and they're expanding, and some are state, and some are federal, and some are in police states, and some are, and yeah, that I think he's going down, and maybe a whole lot of others.
And
Well,
it sends the message
And
that
not
you
only
can't
him,
do
but
this.
a lot of. Sorry.
It sends the message you're not going to get away with this.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Going
not only
to
him.
lead to justice.
Yeah, not only him, but a lot of his friends too are going to be taken. And I mean, we keep on hearing about the big 4 criminal ones, but I think there's like something like 50 other civil ones. At one point, there was like 53 different court actions against him, going on at the
It's
same time. So,
literally-
he's,
It's literally my job to watch these things and know about them. And about half my day is just reading about like the next most insane thing that is now going to wind up in court. There's the civil rape trial. There's still Trump org stuff. There's the documents case, which is also becoming its own obstruction case. He's adding new cases literally daily.
The truth social aspect that always gets missed.
yeah,
That's a
the
big
Truth
one.
Social
It's
thing.
basically insider trading.
His whole inauguration committee still. That's all back there too.
Yeah.
We haven't heard about that for a while, but that's running slowly in the background. Meanwhile,
Did he pay for that yet? Because he's notorious about not paying his bills.
The American justice system is the most well-fed, lazy bear, and he just keeps walking up going, and I slap you, and I slap you, and I slap you, and we're just all like, and right now we're at the point where it's like getting up, and you're like, okay, it decided to move, that's it for you. There's you're not going to do anything now. Oh God.
I got a graphic here that I don't know how accurate it is, but I'll put it up on the screen. Jake, you might be able to let us know if this is how truthful this is. So Republicans, 28 years in power, 120 indictments, 89 convictions, 34 prison sentences. The Democrats, 25 years in power, 3 indictments, 1 conviction, 1 prison sentence. I know about the Republicans that seems to be pretty accurate. I thought there was a little bit more for the Democrats, but I could be wrong.
I don't know where they're counting these indictments because in both cases, believe it or not, to my knowledge, it's a lot more.
Yeah,
a lot more.
That's what I thought too.
I'm assuming they're talking about White House. I think this is all like the president and their staff. In which case, that seems about right. And I think the indictments are around the Lewinsky stuff.
Yes, yeah, that would make sense. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, because I think if we include everything, it would be more than that. But if it's just presidents, yeah.
And what it doesn't show you is what wasn't charged. Like some of those indictments are from like Oliver North taking the L on behalf of both Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush.
Yeah.
Like we let people literally get away with murder here. It's not like a good place to be.
No, it was my buddy when he went to visit his brother in was Houston or Dallas. I can't remember, one or the other. And he was an oil lobbyist, and he was driving a 7 Series BMW. So they went out to dinner and had a couple of drinks. And he says, "All right, let's get going. We'll head home." He goes, "Well, shouldn't we get a cab or something?" He goes, "No, don't worry about it. We'll drive." He goes, "But you've had a couple of drinks." He goes, "Nobody's going to pull me over." He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I'm rich and I'm white and I'm in a 7 Series BMW. The police won't pull me over because they know they can't beat me because I got too much money. I'll take it to trial. I'll win. They'll lose. So they won't even bother." I'm like, what? That's really a thing? It was a bit of a shock.
I mean, yeah. If anybody, you find it tends to happen to
Lay's
Oh,
ketchup
God.
chips.
All about the ketchup chips.
That's for you, Jake.
That guy's so great.
Little star. Yeah.
Oh, bro.
He's brilliant.
It's genuinely embarrassing.
You guys okay down there?
You still here?
We're here like,
Need us to help
no.
with everything?
Yes.
Are you guys still?
We don't want to pry.
I
We don't
Pry.
want to make you having some troubles down
do
there.
with you, but I still got
Wait.
chips.
Pardon?
You're cutting in and out there, Josh. I can barely hear you.
I said, I still got chips, but I don't want to.
I think he's.
Yeah,
he's
your mic's going. Your mic's going. It's flipping.
All right. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Well, guys, gals, and gender non-conforming pals. If they all had dress chips, it would improve. And please send some. I did a multi-hour stream before this, and I don't got the pipes to keep going. I'll tap out, but I'll keep watching. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yeah,
Good
cheers.
to have you. Your old pal Jake. We love you, brother.
See ya.
Take
Thanks.
care.
Love that guy.
Oh, such an awesome. Wow.
20 beaver points. That was brilliant.